Hey all, welcome back to my channel and Merry Christmas to all of you who celebrate. I don't know if I'm alone on this, but this Christmas feels a little different than the other Christmases. And I think it's because a lot of us are waking up to the truth of everything that is happening around us. And we are kind of seeing through a lot of the illusion right now. So I think that we are going through a pretty major shift, and a lot of things are still coming to light. And it feels like a lot of people are seeking answers right now for a lot of things that have happened to them, things that have gone awry. And we know we're missing information. Like we're missing information, and it's like an energy where we are backtracking to figure it out. We are trying to find the missing pieces right now. And I kind of stumbled upon a topic on my live the other day by accident, which was the story of Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito. Now, this is a very interesting story, and I did share a community post about it that I felt very threatened and scared after I posted several readings around the entire situation with Brian Laundrie. And I felt that I didn't have a choice, but I had to take down the videos. So I took down all of those videos of mine. And at the time of those videos, I would say I didn't really understand a lot of the information that was coming in. I didn't really understand the messages I was getting. A lot of it seemed really out there, really far-fetched. And now, 2.5 years later, or more, I feel that those videos make more sense to me today in the end of 2023 than they did at the time of the reading. So, and that took a really long time for me to even connect those dots at all. So I think that that's a little interesting. And I think that kind of just shows right now how we are missing like key components to stories and news and situations that we thought we had the whole story on, but we might not have had even like a quarter of the story. Okay. So some of the messages that came on in the last video were referencing the different dreams that I had of Brian Laundrie. And then I just reposted all of those videos again. And I just want to thank all of you for your interest in it. If you guys did circle back and you did watch any of them, because I feel like there's like a lot of clues to possibly what was going on with that family. Now, today I keep kind of circling back to Gabby, okay? And Gabby keeps coming up over and over again. And there's a lot of stuff that, doesn't really sit right about that entire situation. One, they were basically stopped by state troopers in Utah. They were on a trip there, and there's video footage of them, okay? That's interesting because that is apparently where she lost her life, okay? Was in Utah. Now, there is a trafficking movie that just came out, okay, that is connected to the Mormon church in Utah. So that was kind of some of the references that were coming up in that last reading. And I definitely would check that out if you haven't seen it, because there's a lot more information in that video that was kind of coming to light on that live. So, basically, I feel like right now I need to circle back on this, okay? Because it feels like it's connected to me somehow. And I knew that that was somehow connected to the attack that essentially happened to me around the same time period, okay? And I felt that there were several groups that were involved with my attack, and I've talked about that on many of my videos, which I think I've probably taken down because I never felt safe. But I am realizing that if we don't talk and we don't get out the information, then the information might not reach the right people, right? So we have to freaking talk, and we have to honor our truth, right? As scary as it is, because there was nothing that was getting me to the other side of this by keeping my mouth shut. Okay. I took all those videos down, I took everything down, and I feel like more stuff is coming up because I put the videos back up. So here's some things that are kind of, I guess, sitting with me like right now. Okay. I had a dream. What was the dream? It was right when I had moved back to New Jersey. And in the dream, I was at Mar-a-Lago. Okay. I was in Florida. And I won a dinner. Okay. I won a dinner with some girlfriends. And we all went to this dinner. And as part of that dinner, you won a massage. Okay. And so when I went to go get the massage in the dream, I was in a room and I put my purse down, okay, with all of my license and everything in it. I put it aside and I was waiting there with the towel on. Obviously, I had no clothes, obviously, with the towel, obviously, and some underwear, right? Like everyone who gets a massage. And when the person came in to give me the massage, they took my identity, they took my license, and they took everything. And they left me in there and they took all my clothes. So I basically had just my towel on. And so when I came out, I stormed out of the room because I knew what was going on. I knew that I was taken at that point. Okay. And I came out of the room and the people I saw were sitting at a table in the dream. It was like a poker table, and it was Kellyanne Conway and Steve Bannon. And I feel like there was one other person, and I jumped over the railing in the dream with a towel on. I escaped. I was trying to escape. But, I shared that dream with the channel, and people felt that I was talking or referencing something to Epstein. I didn't know anything about Epstein at that point, but I felt that I had been trafficked in some way in that dream. And that dream, it for some reason keeps coming up. Okay. Like, I don't know what the reference is to that dream, but I'm just going to leave it there. Okay. And so now I'm thinking back to all the other dreams that I had of Brian Laundrie. So I had four Brian Laundrie dreams after he apparently had been deceased. Okay. The FBI declared him dead. They found his remains and they matched it up through the dental records. And within 24 hours, he was declared deceased. Okay. He was dead. So the dreams that I had of him, because I went back to that playlist yesterday and I started reviewing these dreams, reviewing the videos and remembering a lot of the dreams. I had one dream where he was on a boat. Okay. He was on like a fishing boat. It looked like a friend's boat, and he was hungry. Okay. That was one of the dreams I had. The second dream I had of him, he was on a cruise. He was on a cruise ship. And it's interesting because I never circled back to the readings at all, really, like, because I was getting messages around a cruise, but I actually had seen him on a cruise ship. Now, the one thing that is standing out to me about this second dream I had of him, he was on a cruise ship and he wasn't alone. Okay. He was in a secret room. He was in a secret cabin. I remember now looking back at the first dream I heard vestibule. That could be connected to a cruise line. A cruise ship might be considered like a vestibule. I saw him in an upper room where he was hiding, but he wasn't alone in that dream. And that's something that I want to talk about today. I saw him with Gabby Petito. Okay. And she was alive. And there is something in me, guys. There is something in me now that is beginning to think that something else happened to Gabby Petito. Now, when I channeled Gabby in Utah, I saw an accident happening to her head. I saw like something hit, like she hit her head, and I saw her come out of her body and see herself and being like, what happened to me? That's what I remember channeling. And I saw her saying that. And I thought, well, maybe she never died. Maybe she never freaking died. Maybe something else happened, because there was a lot of stuff that was going on with her death. I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a lot of weird stuff around, the reports and everything like that. Now we're looking at the state of Utah now, okay? And I was in Utah in my dream like 3 weeks ago, and I was looking for something. I was in a house in Utah, and I didn't know why I was in this house in the middle of Utah, and I could not figure it out. But I knew it was connected to the device on my head, which I believe is a trafficking device. And so I was confused by the whole thing. So then I was like, I don't know. Like, I just keep seeing her face like flashing before my eyes. And me and Gabby, I remember like she had a social media following, okay? Because they would show all her videos on social media. And then they were also showing their videos. Remember, they were doing like a reality type of show, right? On their trip on YouTube of them doing this kind of traveling trip. And I was thinking, like, wow, I have a lot of similarities to her, even like down to like our personalities. Like, we're very similar, like in it, like energies and stuff. And so I was thinking today, I was like, did she have any abilities? Did she have any psychic gifts or something like that, that she would become a target? Because I know that these groups, they target women that have these abilities or have these gifts or have these energies, kind of a thing, because they're looking for that. But there's a lot of similarities between my energy and her energy, which I just thought was like really, really interesting. And then I was like thinking about this cruise ship and her being on it and fine. And she was around him and they were friends and they were fine. And when I was giving those messages on my channel, I thought that was weird, that I was like, oh, I guess she forgave him for killing her. You know what I mean? But like today, I'm wondering if something else went on and they ended up getting involved in some kind of a trafficking type of a scenario. So there's another thing I want to talk about with the trafficking, okay? If they declare you dead, okay, your DNA is no longer in the records or the books. So you could technically go MIA and no one would ever know who you are because they think you're dead already. So there is something around that energy as well, that if you die and you get put into trafficking, no one will ever find you, okay? So that is something that has come up a lot, because I have gotten messages about that myself, that they tell me that they're going to try to make me disappear and that I'm not going to be in any databases and no one's going to be able to find me. They tell me that all the freaking time. And so I was thinking about that with her. I was thinking, what if she's still alive? Like, what if this was an entire trafficking operation? So I'm going to put that out there right now, because of just how strange the entire occurrences were, like how everything was, because they could have staged that intervention with the troopers in Utah to make it look a certain way, okay? And I don't know. There is just something odd. I'm getting a Knight of Wands coming in with that energy, which is a fast energy coming through. It's Christmas Day, and I'm getting messages that Gabby might still be alive somewhere. That's kind of the energies I'm getting right now. And the whole situation is awry, and it's out of Florida. Okay. That is where they were. They were from Florida. Okay. And so I don't know, like, I'm just kind of thinking about Florida. Florida is a water state, right? Surrounded by water, ports, boats. He came home. He was home for a week. What was going on? There was a lot of speculation around that. And like, I'm just, there it is. The 7, it's like the 7 of Cups coming in. What were they doing during that week? Like, everything just feels so shady, dude. Like, everything. So anyways, I want to just put that out there, because like I said, I had a dream where I saw her with him on the cruise ship, okay? And they were together on the cruise ship. I want to say also, there are friends that know about this, because I seen them with their friends in the dreams. I've seen them at bars. I saw them at a nightclub. I had seen him under some parking area, meeting up with friends. So I also feel very strongly that there are other people that might know about this, okay? There might be friends or acquaintances that might know the truth, okay? And I'm wondering if we don't have the truth. Another thing I want to just say as well is that many months after my attack, I had posted a video about something, and someone left me a very peculiar comment. I think it might have been around my attack, but they mentioned something about the dentist in the comments. And I remember that very strongly. And they said something about something like, it was kind of like a joke, but it was around the dentist. And I was like, that's one of Brian Laundrie's people that is taunting me right now. And they are like watching me like on my channel. I just remember that comment stood out really strong. The other thing is that there's speculation that his family had a friend who was a dentist. Okay. That was another report that was coming through that their family friend was a dentist. So they were matching the dental records. And the other thing that's really strange is that someone also said on my channel that perhaps the chipping system that they use, the tracking system, that chip can come through the dentist. Okay, that was another thing. So I was telling you I had gotten a weird text from a dentist, around the same time of this attack. And it was from an old dentist in LA that I used to go to. So I'm just kind of thinking a lot just in regards to Florida. Also, the groups that are in Florida, Scientology Sea Org is in Florida. The boats are all in Florida, Mar-a-Lago's in Florida. And I can't help but think that there could be a connection to what happened at that time with the trafficking in some way. So I'm just going to leave it there because there's something is not sitting right. There's something is not right with this story. And that was always my gut. And that's why I stuck to it. And I kept having the freaking dreams of him. And I kept getting the messages. And even like months and months later, I was getting messages around him, it like never went away. It never actually went away for me, this story, even though I hid it on my channel. So I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like there is just something going on again around trafficking and those different states and what was happening around that time. It just feels like it feels like a lot of stuff. It feels like a lot of stuff on this. So anyway, so those are the energies that I'm getting today. Something with staging a death is what I'm getting really strongly. And again, that was always what I had felt with the Brian Laundrie story. I always felt that he was alive very strongly. I never felt like he actually had died. So I'm going to leave you guys there. I'm wishing you guys the very best. Let me know if you guys, I don't know if you get a chance to see the other videos or if any of this is resonating with you, but I just want to thank you all for joining me today. I have In the Flow right now. I think there's just a lot of secrets and stuff that are going to start to come to light, and the truth is going to start to come to light. And I think that people just really were not putting the pieces together. Like they were not putting the pieces together. And I think a lot of it is just the naivety of us being Americans, that nothing could ever really happen to us. But I think there's a reason that movie Taken was so big. That movie was such a huge box office hit. It was about them going on spring break to I want to say Europe, and the next thing you know, his daughter was taken. This feels very similar to that story. Just even how everything was so meticulously done, just the fact that she had these videos going up, she had content. She was she was infiltrated by the state troopers in Utah. Like there was a lot of stuff that almost makes me feel like it was staged in some kind of a way. And then there's other things that I have seen in my own life that have replicated that almost to a T. Like I have seen the insanity of that same type of infiltration happening in my own life and now becoming a victim of what I feel is something that they might have been a victim of as well. So I hope that we can start shining a light on the truth about what really has been going on or is going on or what has happened. And we can start being more vocal around it, because if we don't start talking about this stuff, we're never going to uncover this. Because like I said, if somebody is declared dead or deceased, the DNA is dead as well. And so if they will never be found, they will never be found. Okay. Unless they figure that out and then they can find the DNA of that. You know what I mean? They would have to go back and figure that out. But that's one thing that's standing out to me. There's something with the death. They're both declared dead, but I saw them on a boat. I saw them on a cruise line. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm wishing you guys the best. I'm sending you guys so much love and blessings, and I will talk to you all soon. Okay. Bye.